Greetings, viewers. 'Tis the season once more, and I felt it appropriate to read another chapter by the devilish author known as the Derp Doctor. There's a very lengthy trigger warning summary in my previous video. Unfortunately, it's not present on this page, so I cannot recount it for you right now, because I do not know it off the top of my head. So I believe it appropriate to get stuck right in. Chapter 1, My First Friend. January 9th, 1702. There are 3 kingdoms here in hell. The Light Shadows Kingdom, which is my kingdom. The Dark Shadows Kingdom, and lastly, Lucifer's Kingdom. This is not including the other 6 that represent the rest of the 7 deadly sins. Those other kingdoms we will get to later. I walked over to the Dark Shadows Kingdom. It's not too far from my own, and went in. I just decided to go over here because I heard the king and queen had a baby. I went to where I sensed the king and queen. They were at the hospital. I walked into their room, and I saw a baby boy in the queen's arms. They saw me and smiled kindly at me. I felt like family to them, which I honestly shouldn't feel like family to them since I only just met them, and they are not family to me biologically. "Can I see him?" I asked. They nodded, and the king picked me up so I could see their child. The boy was an adorable little baby. I smiled and waved at him. He had grey eyes with a small bit of grey hair. His skin was also lightly tanned. He was black-blooded like me. I could easily tell that. He smiled back and waved at me. It was so cute. But then again, I don't want to fall in love with him because I really just want to be friends with him. What? "Hi, I'm Jacob. I'm Shad's son," I said. I know I didn't say my real name, but for everyone else that I meet, I want them to call me Jacob. Don't get me wrong, I love my real name. It's just that it's too hard for others to say correctly unless they know Estonian. "Hi, I'm Alex," the boy said. "You know, I think that Alex and you should be friends," Alex's dad said. "I agree, Alex. Do you want to be friends?" I asked. "I want to be best friends. Mama, can we go walk around the kingdom?" Alex asked his mom. "Sure, son. Just be safe, you two," she said as she held Alex. She placed him down, and me and him walked away from them. We walked by an alleyway, and he pulled me into it. "Alex, what are you doing?" I asked. "You know that I'm a vampire, if I'm not correct," he said, pushing me against the wall. "Maybe, but what is wrong with that?" I asked as I stuttered and looked into his grey eyes. "Well, because I want my first bite to be with you," he said. I shivered a little. "But don't you want to save that for a special person?" I asked as I stuttered a bit. "That special person is you. You're special to me, Jacob," he said, leaning closer to me. He laid his head on mine and closed his eyes. "Fine, you can bite me, but it's going to disappear quickly. I heal really fast," I said, turning my head to the side. "I know where I can bite you, where it won't disappear and no one will ever notice it," he said. He turned to me where my back faced him, and he moved the small amount of hair that covered the back of my neck. He gently bit down on my neck. I shivered between him and the wall. He pulled his fangs out a bit, turned me to face him, and he hugged me. "Best friends, right?" he asked. Yeah, you're my first friend and I'm glad that you are, I said, hugging him back. We pulled away from the hug, then we went walking again. To be honest, I think I will never forget him, even if I tried to forget him. Jacob, let's have nicknames that only we call each other. But we call each other these names when we're alone, he said. Okay, that will be fine. I think I'm gonna call you Black Rose, I said, smiling. I like it. I'll call you Blue Orchid, he said. Oh, you named me after my favourite flower, I said, with a smile. Really? He asked. Yep, I said, smiling. We walked for a bit longer, then he walked me back to Shad's castle. Even though I rather stay away from my dad, I gotta go to his house until I'm 5 years old. Since I have both parts, I got to pick which age I wanted to leave my house, and I chose the age of 5. We got to my dad's castle and we hugged goodbye. Be safe, Black Rose, I whispered while hugging him. You too, Blue Orchid, he whispered. We pulled away and I went inside my castle. I ran to my room before my dad could see me. I didn't want him hurting me to ruin a good day. I sat down on my bed thinking, I made my first friend and he's so nice. I bet he's going to be taller than me when we're older. Prince Jacob, I heard a voice say. I got up and opened the door, seeing Valad looking down at me. He's one of my guards. I looked up at him. Yes, Valad? I asked. How was your visit to the Dark Shadows Kingdom? He asked me. It was nice. I made a friend, I said, smiling. He smiled at me. Oh, I bet they were a very nice person to you. I nodded and went back over to my bed. Valad leaned on the door frame. Well, I did want to say that Lucifer left a letter for you. He said that he wants to meet you. He also said that you should bring at least one guard with you, just in case things get rough, he said. All right, then I will take Jean with me to Lucifer's castle, I said with a giggle. He pouted at me, which made me laugh again. I'm kidding, Valad. You can come with me. When should we go? I asked him. Tomorrow would be good, since I can tell that you need some rest, he said as he came into my room. I laid down. He wasn't wrong. I was tired, but it takes me a while to fall asleep. I'll tuck you in, all right? He asked. I nodded and smiled. He walked over to my bed and tucked me into my bed. Valad left the room and stood outside to make sure I was safe. Valad is such a nice guy. He cares about everyone in the castle. I care about everyone in this castle too, but not just the people in the castle. The entire kingdom is my worry. As a prince, I'm supposed to take care of this kingdom like my father does. Everyone in this kingdom is important to me. Maybe not everyone, but I don't know what is going to happen in my future. I just hope that nothing extremely bad happens, I thought. Life isn't easy, and it never will be. I slowly drifted off into a peaceful slumber. I woke up seeing 2 girls walking in front of me. Who are you guys? I asked them. The girls turned and looked at me. They kinda looked like me. Well, I'm Sydney. I am your creator. Yes, you have a mom and dad, but I was the one that made you. We'll meet in 2010, but until then, take care, my child. Oh, and call me your second dad, because I'm transgender. The girl on the right said. I'm Cat, Sig's twin sister. We share the same body, but are two different spirits. I'm a demon and he's an angel. The girl on the left said, with a soft smile. I nodded to them. Then my dream changed to something else. I saw the moon shining bright. It was shining on me. I don't know why it was, but the moon was shining on me, like I was a god or something. I looked up at the moon, so confused as to why it was shining onto me. Why are you shining onto me like I was special? I asked the moon. I know it may not be able to talk to me, but I still asked it. You are special. You just don't know it at the moment. You'll see what I mean when you're in your 320s, a voice said. I looked around me confused, and I didn't see anyone. Then I saw the setting change to just a small ball of light in front of me. Right before the voice could say something, someone interrupted me. I woke up hitting Valad in the head by accident. Oh, my mother, I'm so sorry. No, it's my fault for not warning you that I was going to wake you up, Valad said. What time is it? I asked him. It's now 6 a.m., Jacob. You need to get up, sleepyhead, Valad said, smiling. I forgot that Lucifer wanted to see me, I said as I stretched. You also woke me up in the middle of a vision or something. I just know it wasn't meant to be a dream. I apologise to you, my prince, but yes, we need to go to Lucifer's kingdom, Valad said, rubbing my head. I purred a bit and then sat up. I'll let you get dressed and I'll be outside, he said, heading to the door. He left the room and I got up. I looked for something that I could wear and saw a green and blue dress with black sparkles on it. I also saw a pair of ruby slippers with blue sapphire butterflies on them. I put on the dress and shoes, then went outside the room to Valad. Ready to go, Jacob? Valad asked. I nodded and smiled a bit. Can we walk there, please? I asked, looking up at him. Sure, I don't mind walking there, he said with a smile. We started walking down to the entrance of the castle when another guard stopped us. As the lad said wants to see Jacob, the guard said. He can't right now. Lucifer wishes to see Jacob, Valad said in a slightly protective tone. The guard just sighed and let us go by. I looked up at Valad, confused. Why are you acting like you're my dad? Because I want to make sure you're safe, Prince, Valad said with a pat on my head. I nodded a bit and walked with him to Lucifer's kingdom. The walk took about 4 hours, since we were just walking, and not only that, we took occasional breaks to rest so that our legs don't get sore. When we arrived in the kingdom, most of the commoners looked at us confused. I mean, why wouldn't they? No one knew that Shad had kids, let alone a lover. Who would know that since he never talked about it? Valad and I walked up to the castle doors and I grabbed his leg. What? I was scared since it was my first time meeting Lucifer. Valad rubbed my head as he stepped into the castle. I follow him in and look around. Lucifer was in the throne room with 2 boys. The taller boy seemed like he was Lucifer's favourite. The boys looked at Valad and I when Valad cleared his throat. Sorry to bother you, Lucifer, if you're having an important conversation with your sons, but I brought Jacob here, Valad explained. No, it's fine. Michael and Mimicake, meet Shad's son, Jacob, Lucifer said. Mimicake, the smaller boy, waved to me and I waved back. Hello, I'm Sugarfold Pursuit, but please call me Jacob, I said to them. All of them seemed stunned by my voice. I looked at them, confused. Did I say something wrong? I asked, looking up at Valad. No, you did nothing wrong. I just wasn't expecting a black-blooded demon to be in my presence, Lucifer said. Oh, I replied. We also weren't expecting your voice to be so deep for such a young child, Mimicake said. Hi, I'm Michael, Mimicake's older brother, Michael said. Cool. Anyways, why did you want to see me, Lucifer? I asked. I had heard from the Dark Shadows Kingdom that Shad had a kid, and I wanted to see who they were, he explained. Shad has 2 kids. I have a twin sister, but she's not down here with us. She's on Earth with our mum, I explained. Lucifer nodded to what I said. I can tell that my voice is how people will recognize me in the future. God, my throat is parched. Jesus. I remember why I haven't fucking done one of these in over a year. Well, that was Pretty Little Hurt Angel, Bad Dreams, Book 1, Chapter 2. I hope you enjoyed. And I hope it scared the socks off of you. Have a happy Halloween, everyone.